In this video, I'm going to tell you how much to increase your running mileage every single week. Let's get into it. Now, the idea of increasing running mileage is a very tempting one. And if you do a quick Google search, you'll probably be overwhelmed by the amount of different opinions on the matter. This is a principle that has worked for me and my athletes and clients as well, so covering those who are novices and new to the sport all the way through to elite athletes. Running mileage can be adapted in several different ways. There are a few key principles that we should identify first. Number one, what is the actual running plan goal? If you're looking to improve speed, perhaps you need to address intensity more so than running mileage. If you're a beginner runner, you're going to need to adapt your running sessions to accommodate the fact that you're not just getting used to running, but you're going to be getting used to running more and more, and also looking after long-term health to allow you to continue running. And then finally, how is your weekly plan built? We cannot focus on both intensity and duration at the same time and avoid injury. So we need to make sure we control this very carefully. And this is usually a discussion I have with my athletes to ensure that their needs and my considerations are looked at in every single person's plan. The basic principles for improving mileage are these though. First up, if you're used to running, aim to improve or increase your running volume by about 10 to 15% per week. That doesn't mean that you have to consistently increase though. You might spend 4 weeks increasing at the lower number, the 10% value, and then plateau, or spend a deload week, so you drop that volume down slightly. Alternatively, you might find that you build your runs every 4 weeks. So you have 4 weeks at a set distance, and then you increase that volume ever so slightly 4 weeks again at that set distance. There is another method which involves working at just 1 mile increments every single week. And for those who are beginners, rather than increasing that 1 mile increment, they simply increase that 1 mile increment every 3 weeks. These are all variations, but the main principle is not to overwhelm your body. Too much stress will lead to injury. It happens all the time, particularly in those who haven't got a long period of conditioning. A novice would be considered a runner of less than 12 months running experience. Therefore, they haven't necessarily got the bone density nor the tendon strength to allow for substantial changes in their training volume and intensity. Therefore, they're more vulnerable to injury. You must think of it this way. If you can avoid injury, that means more time running. So even though it might take you a little bit longer to get up to the higher mileages, it will actually allow you to train more and improve your long-term performance. It's a bit of a paradox, but it really does work. And I've managed to have athletes avoid injury for entire years, more than even, and when they do pick up little injuries, these are things that we can manage and still get them running just by being a little bit smart with their programming. If you have the temptation to increase your mileage, you must be wary about the intensity at which you cover distances. I set limits on the amount of high intensity work, repetitions, intervals that my athletes and runners can complete in a week as a percentage of their running volume. It's largely recommended that long runs, particularly on that Sunday, which we all put them on, long runs are only up to 25% of your weekly volume. Now, we can all have individual differences and therefore your plan might be more than this. That's okay. Just make sure you monitor how you feel. Sometimes you'll just need to drop that day. Sometimes you need to drop that amount. Don't feel guilty about that. That will still work for your development. Long runs don't actually have to continually increase. I generally increase my athletes by about 1 mile per week on that Sunday long run. Every now and again, we drop it right back down. There is method to everything we do, but Although science underpins all of our decisions, a good coach is about understanding how that athlete feels. So if you're coaching yourself, take a moment to think about how you feel. Do you feel any pain? Do you feel you're making progress? If not, reflect and evaluate your training plan, or get in touch with a coach, someone like myself, to help you out. Hopefully this will help you plan out your training. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I would love it if you click the like button, make sure you subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and we can grow the Performance Physique channel. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.